Okay, hello guys. So basically, first of all, I apologize for not having intro in this video because basically I'm not YouTuber or record for the YouTube. Just wanted to share opinion on using Zhiyun Crane M2 latest gimbal with Sigma 16mm 1.4. So because before I bought this gimbal, basically I was trying to find some reviews, but apparently there is still no review with actually showing if Sony A6000 can be used with Sigma. So to jump on the matter, basically this gimbal cannot be used properly uh, with A6000 and Sigma 16mm. Basically this lens is really front heavy, as you can see, and in order to basically balance it properly, this lens needs to go really back, but as you can see there is no way to pull it up a little bit further. And basically here on this mounting plate you have like big screw that is hitting back motor. I also tried with some thinner, much thinner screw, but basically it is the same thing. It's simply impossible to properly balance it. Even if you turn it on after like 30 seconds to 1 minute, this right hand side motor is getting burned. It's really hot, and apparently they say that this might cause malfunction of the motor. Here you can see basically now when I move it on the front, as you can see, it basically lens is pulling down this gimbal, and basically it's really impossible to balance it. So even if I succeed, I will show you now. Basically it will just start rattling, and sound for the lock will basically turn on. I will show you. I will turn it on right now so you can see. As you can see, it is really not the best solution, and it's really, I feel that motor is really having trouble with moving it, turning it on. So as you can see, you have basically axis lock, and it happens all the time. Simply it is really too heavy for this gimbal, and it's really impossible to use it. What I tried is, because I have Sigma 16mm f1.4 basically, and this lens can be used, but it's still too heavy, I think, for this gimbal. So basically, as I said on the beginning, summary is that this gimbal cannot be used with A6000 and Sigma 16mm. Like I said, even 30mm 1.4, it's simply like, it's heavy, it's literally on the edge, on the top limit, and I'm not sure if that's even good for the gimbal. But overall, to add a few more things, first of all, basically I bought this gimbal with my own money, and two things that I want to point out. For example, you saw probably on many reviews this quick release plate. This quick release, you see people basically, you know, clicking here the button, pressing button, and basically unlock it, and they say that's it. Actually it's not that it. When you return it to this plate, you simply need to tighten this screw, because otherwise it goes, you know, it's free. It probably will not drop, but then you will lose your balance. The second thing that I really did not like it about this gimbal is this gimbal has really big issues with connecting camera with gimbal itself. Simply does not work on the latest version on smart remote control that is integrated into this camera, and it will not be possible to basically to use it. Other thing is to keep in mind, this, even if you succeed, because apparently you need to reinstall, basically uninstall the latest version in order to connect it. In the other hand, you have basically, you cannot use gimbal play button in aperture, manual, or shutter speed mode. Basically you can only use it if you move this, if you change setting to be in the video mode. Plus bunch of other things. Of course, if you somebody probably asking me what is this. So this is like Bluetooth remote shutter from Blitzwolf the monopod, and this is like clamp for the small rig, basically for holding the cables. And I'm using it only because so I can basically pair this shutter speed when I want to use my phone, because I don't need to mention you, and probably most of you know that Zhiyun application, even on Android or in the iOS, it is really crap. So basically you cannot even choose the option to record the video in 1080p 60 frames per second, only 30 frames per second, and basically bunch of other things. So the only way, if you want to use this properly, for example with the mobile phone, you know, to have the best quality options, by bunch of other things, is basically the best way is to use it with the native phone application, either to iPhone or Android phone. And of course, because nobody likes, you know, to touch the phone during the recording. I think that one solution like this is really clean, looks nice, you know, and you can obviously you can unscrew it, so unmount it, so you can, you know, use it for remote. Other than that, I think that this gimbal is really overpriced for the money. I think it is good for like maybe mobile phones, action cameras, and smaller point and shoot cameras. I saw that some people had also issues on Sony RX100, and it is really impossible to use it. Overall, like I said, it's too expensive if you want to use it for the phone, or unless you have really big phone. For example, like I have a Huawei Mate 20X, and if you want to use only on the phone, DJI Osmo Mobile first version is probably the best, even till date, the best phone gimbal. I've tried also Zhiyun's, Feiju, and several others, even the DJI Osmo Mobile number 2. This is by far the best phone gimbal. And like I said, this one is too expensive. So I hope that I basically helped you guys, and thanks for watching the video.